I added terrain generation to my indie game. You see, I've had basic terrain for a while, but I wanted to rewrite it to make it much more exciting and interesting. This has been one of the biggest projects yet with Scorp, so let me show you the result. The first big thing I looked at was the underground. There's always been these large circular caves, but I sort of wanted a network of caves instead of just the individual ones. I managed to generate these long squiddly caves which look a bit like spaghetti, which are really easy and exciting to traverse, especially as they can sometimes lead into the larger caves. I also added a few vines to the desert caves which look nice, and I added a molten cave area right at the bottom of the world filled with lava and molten stone. You can't say it doesn't look cool, to be fair. You can also find some flooded caves of water below the oasis, which also generates these underground waterfalls, which are just epic. If you've got this far into the video, please consider liking and subscribing to get my channel showed to more people. So I've talked about the underground now, but the surface was probably even more in need of an update. Previously, the terrain shape was boring, it just generally rolled up and down. So I've fixed this by adding octaves, where multiple heights for the terrain are generated and then they are all averaged out, which creates much more variation in the shape, because you can also configure how the amplitude is affected, so I configured it to generate plateaus. Another thing I worked on was the savanna biome. I did a massive retexture of all the tiles to make it look a lot more dried out and arid, more like a real savanna. I also added these termite hives purely for decoration, as well as the star of the show, the lovely baobab trees. Another thing I've worked on is the lighting engine. If you don't know, I've made a custom lighting engine for my game instead of the default Unity one, so that it works better for my tile-based needs. So I've just massively improved it, and this also meant I could make the day-night system much more smooth. So here's how it looks sped up. And that's it for today. Please like and subscribe, and also join the Discord server for exclusive info on the game. In the next devlog we'll make combat way more fun with cool new enemies and attacks. But for now, goodbye.